Yes, sir.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tumbleweeds and Tombstones, the game where my players try to accuse me each week of trying to kill them, and I have to remind them that they're already dead.
Only on the inside.
This episode brought to you by Danny's hair.
It's on fire.
Ooh.
And for those who have been following along, we have a new official player with us, Jeff. You may have heard him comment in the background a couple of times who was just viewing, but tonight's actually going to be his first session to actually get to play with the rest of us weirdos.
Yay.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So, when last we left the Obsidian Spurs, you guys were in town having just been to a place known as the Lonely Coyote, a bar situated in the center of a crossroads of town, standing alone by itself. After having had a little bit of fun with a gambling tournament that was going on, meeting an interesting individual that seemed to be a member of the Order of Kronos, a group of human mages that have the ability to manipulate and alter time. You had a stakeout to try and meet a Mr. White, otherwise known as Kasim, a traitor to the clan Asemite, as well as to his most recent employer, Mr. Black, a vampire of some power and import that you guys had been making dealings with over the last few weeks. You staked out the clandestine meeting, gave chase to Kasim, captured him, and had the interesting time mage known as, his name was Mr. Wells, tell you that this guy basically owed Kronos something, and by manipulating time seemed to revert this guy back to before he was a vampire, thus stealing the gift of vampirism from him. You also got a better indication that those specialty poker chips of black and silver that had the silver faces on them were basically holding the people's time. You guys then figuring out that the women that were missing their husbands, the husbands weren't missing. They were probably just a whole lot younger than they've been in quite some time, and going off and living a second life somewhere.
I've played Second Life. I don't like it.
Kasim then rapidly became fodder for food as his injuries started to present themselves, as he then became a snack for one of you.
He was delicious.
Yes.
Did the nom noms.
Tasted like heresy. However, the commotion of the fight and the gunshot and the several warning shots that Liam levied into the guy's back did cause the local authorities to come. Through a good use of your mental abilities, Liam was able to distract the local sheriff long enough to have him tell everybody that, oh, there's nothing to see here, might as well move along. To try and say your innocence, that you were simply trying to exorcise this individual, you told them to go look for the body, only to discover that the body had been stolen away, and to catch a glimpse of what is most likely his clan claiming evidence of not leaving behind things that they would rather not be found. You guys then hastily made an escape, trying to hide from now most of the local law enforcement that is on high alert trying to find you guys. Met up briefly with Bartleby. We're looking for a place that, through the visions of Adele in holding a certain key that you lifted drifted off of Kasim, you were looking for kind of a sleazy dive bar in town where there might be something of great import hidden in the room he was renting out. Through some investigation, you guys found yourselves into an underground bar known as the Stag, a disgusting, filthy, mildewy place for people that do not want to be found, with the walls covered in different hunting paraphernalia, antlers, horns, things like that. Through talking with the bartender, you procured a room that seems to be used for different backdoor deals, but it wasn't quite the one you were looking for. Through a little bit more persuasion of the mind, the Native American guard that you guys had been escorted back with revealed the location in the broom closet of the secret set of stairs and tunnel that led to an even more private room. Once inside, you guys began an investigation, and again, with the help of Adele's vision, were able to uncover a bunch of paperwork, things like that, and a very nice looking wooden and metal box that had Arabic writing all over it. Walter, being ever the impatient one, and hey, reading never did him no good, no how anyway, decided that the best thing to do was to just put the key in the lock, open the box, as a purple mist and fog started to pour rapidly from the box. The guard trying to run as Liam tackled him, only for him to then turn around with glowing eyes and snarling fangs. As the purple fog and cloud covered the entire room, and through the haze you saw the shadowy outline of a figure with glowing yellow eyes. And that is where we left things last time. So let's go ahead and jump in with rolling of initiative.
Yeah, of course.
Yay! I'm rolling special Chad die.
And Jeff,
I
go
did
ahead
too.
and roll for your character. We'll work him in, but it's good to know what order he would be in.
Hopefully, dope.
You'll see under
chat.
important roles, that paperwork that I had, it'll say how you do initiative.
It's like I rolled this die like 20 times before just to see if it was something where I was rolling low. When I was rolling half okay, half bad, I guess I got for the 3.
You didn't get the bad ones out?
I guess not.
Rolling out the
I
ones?
told you, man.
I
Yeah, warm
know.
'em up.
I thought I did.
It's fine. It could have been worse.
And then Liam, I'm gonna have you roll for Bartleby as well.
He's not there.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
But
Bartolby.
I'm correct, right?
Just trust me. Just trust me.
Okay.
I'm gonna refer
Do
to
keep
as
in
Jack.
mind now that at least 3 of you now have ghouls. Do keep in mind that you can choose to use some of your XP to improve their stats as well, rather than just your own. So if you want to make your ally more useful, you can up their stats as well.
Okay, just 'cause it's been a billion years since I've had to calculate initiative. What was it again? It's
Dex
Dex plus
Dex plus
wits.
And then a D10.
Let's do it.
Okay, and then Jeff, in the chat is where we usually post it, just so that way it's easier to follow for everybody.
So we put what our total is, and then we also put in parentheses what the dice number was in case people tied and we have a tiebreaker.
Okay, so that means top of the round is Wea.
Oh no.
Of course, it's either way or
I'm
Walter.
shocked by this.
Oh no.
I'm gonna owl though.
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll for the other guy.
Oh shit. I mean,
Hoot,
well, I
hoot.
mean, we're in, I mean, we're maybe in a potential battle, so I mean, it's not exactly the most important thing to keep yourself hidden.
No, I'm a resistant owl. I'll be alright.
Flap your wings really hard to blow the
Okay,
mist
so
away.
that means it is Wea.
I will assert dominance with my flutter.
No, sorry, it is not Wea. It is
What's in the box?
The Death Genie.
Which?
Does this one sing a song, Sean?
no. Then it is Wea.
I just have this image in my head of Wea in owl form, but the claws had come out, so he's like walking on like these just giant talons.
The little owl claws.
What? I do not want to see a picture of that.
Let's see who's next. Looks like Walter, right? No,
You decide.
Jeff.
Nice.
Then Walter.
Yeah.
Then
Liam, I think. No.
Actually, I think
The guard.
yeah, guard.
I think
Guard
Liam and
A.
I have to roll again because I think we both got 12.
No, but you got different roles though.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
but
never
he
mind.
got the higher,
Never
so
mind.
he
Never mind.
goes-
Yeah, what the fuck am I doing? I think I'm
So
forgetting
guard
how to
Liam,
play.
Atris me.
Atris. Adele. Ortleby.
Yeah.
Orgleby.
Okay. Woohoo. Okay, so first is the cloud of smoke.
Death Genie.
It's going to go ahead and use its legendary action.
Are we in a
For
box?
those at home, legendary action isn't really something in this rule book. It is something that I created to make bosses a little bit more interesting. So for anyone who's been playing Vampire the Masquerade before and they're like, oh, what the hell is he talking about? Just roll with me. This is a bit of the home brewing that I've done. So I need everyone to make a current willpower roll.
Okay.
Difficulty is 8.
Oh boy. One.
Liam, you actually get advantage on this because of your magic resistance.
Two successes, Sean.
When all this breaks out, do I get my demeanor? Eye of the Storm, regain a point of wind power when a ruckus, riot, or chaotic situation happens around you.
I mean, when this is all over, sure.
Oh. Okay.
So
That had a very much a if you survive.
Yes.
the magic resistance puts the difficulty against me at +2. So that does that make my difficulty 6?
Yes.
I got 2.
2, 2, 2. 1. 4. 2. Okay. You're all good as you hear. Basically, I'll say it's a choice. You all feel a tingling in the back of your head. You've felt this sensation before of a being or entity trying to speak with you telepathically. It's uncomfortable. It definitely feels like someone trying to wiggle their fingers in your brain through your skull. But you can choose whether or not to let it, whatever it is, make communication.
Liam chooses to let it in.
Okay.
I'll listen to it too.
Okay.
Atris will resist.
That's a no for Atris, a no for Adele. Walter, are you resisting or are you laying it in?
I ain't interested in talking with it.
Okay. I'm not reading your box and I'm not listening to your thoughts.
I
Well,
ain't here
Walter
to
Donaldson.
communicate.
1865? 65? 69?
Yeah, we're still in 65. We haven't reached the
not yet.
sexiest year of the 1800s yet.
I ain't
We've not reached
reading
the
your
year of the
box.
knife.
I don't want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so then I will private chat. Can I do more than one person at a time?
I don't think so.
What
I think you probably just have to
copy
switch
paste
to.
it.
Okay, we'll just people who don't have meta knowledge just realize that anyone who chose not to listen, you didn't hear this.
La la la
Mute
la la.
Sean until we tell you not to.
So
I have to just do this.
Wea and Liam, you hear this voice, very deep, rumbling kind of in the back, and it comes over you almost like a roll of thunder. What is it you seek? What is it you wish? Come. It's been a while since I've been out. You might find me in a giving mood. Tell me what you wish. Do you respond in any way, mentally or verbally?
I'm gonna say verbally, just because I kind of want everyone else to hear. It's like, huh. Now it's been a while since I've been offered a wish.
I won't say anything.
Okay.
I can't imagine it's gonna be good.
I have raised the bar to Klondike level.
Just pay a few dollars for the Klondike bar.
Suddenly you find yourself in the Klondike. No. Okay. So Liam, you do not wish for anything, correct?
No, I purposely chose my words carefully.
Okay. So that was its legendary action. Now it's time for its turn. So you haven't attacked it yet. So it's not going to do that.
What? No aggro?
Remind me, who has the highest wits plus alertness?
Oh, I believe I have 6
-5.
total.
I have 6, but I think someone had. Am I muted?
Yeah, I'm at 5.
No, I can hear you.
We hear you.
Oh,
I can hear
sorry. I have 6, but I think someone had 7, maybe? In the
you.
group?
Atris has 6.
Does anyone have higher than 6?
Guess not.
But you're not in the room yet, so it's not helpful. Where do you have higher than 6?
I do not. I have 5.
Okay. So 6 is the number that we're shooting for here.
And the number shall be 6.
And what's everybody's who has the highest willpower rating?
Probably Liam.
I have current.
Probably
3.
yeah. Either way,
Current.
current 7, total. Current is 5, total 7.
Mine is 9.
Wait, not okay.
That's a lot of willpower.
I knew what I wanted.
One's helped you guys. Okay, so the outline of this image, which by the way, you only see from like the torso up,
That's all you need.
vanishes into the smoke, and you can't make it. Could be the eyes and the torso vanish into the smoke, and you can't make a beat on where it is.
Great. Multiple invisible people.
Okay, Wea, you're up.
Hey, it's me. It's my turn. And you said there's another guard, right?
Well, there's the guy that the very much the guy that's wearing the pelts and everything else, the guy that led you down here and was watching the hallway as you guys were in the other room, the Native American guy.
And he's currently grappled
He's
by
the one
me.
that is currently tackled by Liam and is currently entwined with him.
Blustered, perhaps.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna let you all know that I would say you get the idea that in the next couple seconds or so, the room is going to so fill up with this smoke that you guys and Adele are going to be pretty closely even for as far as visibility rate. Think of like this purple smoke is a very, very thick fog where it's hard to see beyond like a couple of feet in front of you.
Weya, use whirlwind attack.
Weya turns into an owl and starts beating his little wings to try and.
Well, I mean, he still is an owl, right? He's in my pouch.
How am I in your pouch? I thought I was free.
Oh, when we started, I was Atris was still obfuscated, and you were still in my pouch.
Oh, well, I'm gonna fly out.
Okay.
If that's the case.
Okay, Atris, you are no longer obfuscated.
Oh no.
Understood.
I'm sorry, and I'm gonna fly. How high is the roof here?
Not very. Again, you guys are underground, and like buildings like this without big pillars underground, there's a large chance of them caving in. So it's only about like just over 6 feet. That's why it's filling up with smoke so quickly. It's not a huge room.
I'm gonna just fly and be near the door.
Okay.
Fly over to the door.
You are by the door, which is currently closed for those who are remembering, because it is currently closed because you would want privacy while you were in here.
Yeah, the door behind us was closed, so the vault door was still open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you just staying by the door? Is that it?
Yep. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Owl's got an owl.
Dude, it's hard right now for me.
So Jeff.
Yes.
You came into town, and you know that they all went into the Lonely Coyote. You had decided to stay just outside in order to, just be nearby without being obvious or anything like that. You heard the gunshots, you saw them come out, you saw the sheriff interrogating them and then seemingly get distracted and let them go. And because you were laser focused on watching them, you saw them run away from the crowd and kind of like disappear into the crowd. You tried to give chase and you had a bit of issue finding, kind of like lost track of them for a bit. So you've been looking around town trying to find where they've gone, what direction they're in. Give me a perception plus alertness roll, please. Everyone, Jeff's first roll of the game. Officially.
Is that 1d10 or all of them for?
So for these kind of things, initiative is the only one where you're only rolling one die and counting the dots. For everything else, what you're doing is the number of dots or the number of dice you get to roll. And it's going to be standard difficulty, which means anything a 6 or higher is a success. And 1 subtract from successes.
And you said perception and
alertness. Perception, alertness. Which I believe for you is 8 dice.
Yes. Well, I don't have any ones,
That's good.
but I also
Any
don't have any
10s?
10. Nope.
Anything that's 6 and above.
Well, yeah, anything 6 and above is considered a success.
Oh, well then we have 6.
6 successes.
There you go. There we go.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
big difference. So yeah, just so you know, Jeff, when I say something is standard difficulty, it means that anything rolled a 6 or higher is a success. Otherwise, I'll say difficulty blank. I'll say difficulty 7, difficulty 8. And sometimes if it's really difficult, I'll say difficulty 7 and you have to get 2 or more successes or 3 or more successes to do like really well at it.
The goal is not to match the number; it's to beat them. It's just something to beat the
now
number.
certain things, especially based on your merits and flaws, will either add or subtract to difficulty ratings. So if I say something's difficulty 6, but you have a merit that lowers difficulty by 2, that means for you it'd only be like difficulty 4.
Like I've got enchanting voice, so if I'm trying to persuade somebody, it's reduced by 2.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
six successes. So you see out of the corner of your eye some movement, and you look. You've been looking all up and down the streets. You've been looking in the back alleys. You've been kind of poking your head into places. I'm going to say for the sake of this, you've been obfuscated, like trying to stay invisible, so that way no one's really paying attention to you. You see a man walking, and he's very much trying to stay to the shadows and stay out of sight, which you think is suspicious. So you kind of follow him, you get a little bit closer. You can tell by what he's wearing because you've now been following them for quite some time. This is Bartleby, the human ghoul of Liam's, currently wearing a bandana halfway across his face and trying to sneak around. And you see him kind of looking around, and you're getting very close to him, and all you hear him say is, "Oh, damn it, I knew I should have stayed with them. Where the hell did they go? God damn it." And you kind of see him heading off, and you kind of get the idea that maybe if you stick with him, you might find where the rest of the group went. So what would you like to do?
I'm a dragon, obviously.
Yeah, I'd like to follow Bartleby.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity plus stealth. It's going to be only difficulty 5 because you are obfuscated, so that lends to being... This is just to make sure that you're following him at a decent pace, but you're not tripping over anything or doing anything that would make noise and kind of like break the obfuscate.
Oh man, I'm so excited for future plans with this.
So I got 5 and 110.
Okay, so the 10 you get to re-roll.
Okay.
So it counts
Yeah,
as
it's only-
a success regardless, but you can roll it into another success.
When you say re-roll, it means you get to
Potential.
roll an additional die.
So that's another one.
Yeah.
Another success.
Another success. Yes.
Yay.
So 6 successes.
6 successes.
You are a spider fart. You are indetectable. Like, you are just...
I love you so much.
I need the t-shirt made now. You are a
I'm gonna marry you harder.
Good, good.
God.
Yeah, you are just indetectable by anyone. You've been doing this all of your unlife. This is your bread and butter. Like, you are just completely invisible. Okay. Walter, it is your turn.
I've also been getting into trouble.
By the way,
Too
you're still
quickly
holding
all my
this
life.
box that is pouring purple smoke out of it.
Purple smoke. Purple smoke.
Wondering when a
Ooh, all right.
Purple Rain reference would come in.
You can say it's a purple haze.
Do I see any kind of core center massing of the smoke of any sort?
Not
in the room?
anymore. You did for a brief. It was literally right in front of you. This humanoid, rather large, not like giant, but like size-wise, it was just the torso alone was a good. The torso and head was like a good 5 feet.
Oh. Okay.
So, not counting legs, but and it was kind of hovering slightly above you, but it then it almost looked like it kind of backed into the smoke and then kind of like disappeared.
And now it's just permeating smoke.
And now it's just thick permeating smoke that by the second is making your vision harder and harder to perceive. Like it's already kind of getting to the point when you're looking around for your comrades where they're kind of turning into like shadowy outlines by this point.
Oh boy. Well, I'm doing that. Yes. And then I rapidly snap the box shut.
Okay. I need you to go ahead and make a strength plus willpower roll. Difficulty is 8 to shut the box.
Strength plus willpower.
Yeah. It's very much a you feel that sensation on your mind of like, do you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? And it's actually you feel physical resistance too, besides the mental resistance of trying to close this box.
I don't want this ain't bad. This ain't good. This ain't gonna. Walter may have gotten something here. Let's see. He may not. Well, that didn't work. 14 dice, 1 success.
Nope. You try and you struggle, and this thing just won't close.
I can't get it shut. I can't get it shut. I whip my head around some more. Who's the closest person to me, would we say?
Go ahead
Not
and
Liam.
make a. I'll give you a choice. You can either choose to visually look, or you can choose to try and like remember who was standing, like kind of taking in your surroundings and remembering who was closest to you.
Just my memory, my like wits or whatever.
Okay, so that's gonna be go ahead and make a wits plus. I'm gonna say wits plus survival, just because it's your natural instinct to kind of, as a fighter, as a ex-soldier, to be aware of your surroundings.
I like that, and I like my roll. Maybe. Oh no, it's 2, but I got 2.
Okay, easy enough. 2 successes. You know that Adele was very close to you because you were helping to lead her into this place. So she is on your immediate right, as probably like maybe a foot or so away, and then the next closest would be Liam to your left, who was a little bit further, but he dashed off. So right now, Adele is the closest one because Way is an owl and Atris was obfuscated. So
I can't seem to get it closed. Could someone help me? And then that's my turn. Well, I'm gonna like move. I get like turn toward other people, but that like that's kind of.
I'll say you turn and you
all I can
see
do.
the big old shape of what you can kind of make out to be Liam and some furs on the ground. So you assume the guard, and then you actually see the outline of Atris by the door. So you kind of get the idea that she is no longer obfuscated. And you see something fluttering around, breaking the smoke, and you're like, "Oh, blood brother," you know. So.
Mhm.
In that case, like I'm kind of in this little pit thing, aren't I?
You're
Like
not really a pit, but yeah, this is kind of like a kind of carved out circular
like crawl
room.
spacey kind of. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna kind of like fumble with this box, and my frantic outline will turn and almost present it to people who can't even see it.
Yeah, because I'll say I think you climbed out of the box. Because you went down into the hole and picked out, like you leaned in and picked out the box.
So that's kind of all I have.
Yeah.
At this moment.
No, that's good. That's fine. Okay. This guard. Okay.
He's currently grappled by me.
He is. Liam, go ahead and give me a perception plus alertness roll. Standard diff.
Three.
Okay. You start feeling you're holding on to him, and you feel the furs that he's wearing as the fur starts to feel a little bit coarser and a little bit rougher, and almost like sitting on a not fully inflated air mattress. You start to feel it kind of start to swell underneath you as you're kind of being lifted higher up off the ground
and
a little bit.
Get dinner first?
Hmm?
And I didn't get dinner first?
As you just see those two eyes that were looking at you start to slowly get bigger and a darker yellow glow to them and start to move further apart.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
I'm gonna say that's because it's gonna take him a turn to finish doing what he's doing. So,
meanwhile,
Liam, it is your turn. Actually,
so
like how could be?
I would say, based on my experiences with Wea, I have a good idea of what's transpiring. Yes.
I will say less of your experiences with Wea and more of a near-death experience you had near the beginning of your excursions in this.
Yeah.
So, thinking quickly, I now since I tackled him, does that count as a successful hold? Stop it. Does that count as a successful hold?
Yes.
So since I already have a successful hold, I'm going to bite and take 2 points of blood.
Okay, are you biting for blood or are you biting for...
No, I'm biting for blood.
Huh?
I'm biting for blood because I'm presuming that 2 points of blood will knock him out.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I need to read something because I was not expecting that.
This is something Walter wished that he did a long time ago in the group. The gang told him no.
So Jeff, just to clarify, you can't bite someone unless you have first done a successful hold move.
If they're like alive and resisting.
Move.
If they're, I mean, if they're conscious and resisting.
You are not Pac-Man.
Waka waka.
Although this decision is now actually, I feel better about it because I kind of thought he was a vampire that was more of like Wea's clan. Now that I know he's a werewolf, I'm not concerned because I thought I was going to get bloodbound to this person if I did this.
Oh, is this better?
What?
I've always wanted a rug.
This is,
I don't know 100% what'll happen. How is this better?
I mean, more questions than answers right now. So
we came to this town to gamble.
You know, I'll tell you this much. My night was made the moment I heard like a spider fart.
Oh, I already posted that quote on Facebook.
So now you can die happy?
Yes.
I've never heard my obfuscate described as a spider. Yeah, you got that attached to you.
To be fair, it was a successful stealth roll that was like a spider for it, not the obfuscate itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liam, you ingest this, and oh my god, it tastes awful. The best equivalent I can give to you is it is strong, it is powerful, you feel something about it. It would be like drinking plastic bottle vodka, but like I need you to make a self-control roll.
But if you
Difficulty is actually 9. There's almost something like biologically that your body is like rejecting.
Okay.
Oh,
one dice is Chad dice. One dice is my opalite dice. Okay, so what happened was I got no successes, but I got this lovely thing that looks like a 7 until you realize it's a 1.
Oh, so you botched. Okay. Not only do you immediately vomit back up the blood that you just took.
It's okay. I'll still sleep with you.
It's just it just comes out. It causes you to break your hold because in the act of retching so hard, presumably on this thing, as you just vomit its own blood back onto it, you end up you are not keeping strong hold of it, and you feel your fingers kind of slip a bit.
But is he still conscious?
Atris.
Okay. Do I see and hear Walter moving the box and asking for help?
You see his outline basically going, I can't close it. And you hear him go, I can't close it. Like you can hear, like it's a pretty small room. So I would say all in all, this room is like 20 by 20.
Okay. Oh, more of this weird shit. And then she's going to go straight for Walter and try to assist him in closing the box.
Actually, you know what, Atris?
Yes.
Before you do that, go ahead and give me I'll let you, no, go ahead and do a int plus occult roll. For you, I'm going to say it's actually just standard difficulty, even though occult isn't your specialty. This is more of a regional thing.
I botched.
This is a ghost. You've heard about ghosts before. This is a ghost.
Yeah.
We're fighting
This
the
game
undead.
is going so well.
You are currently locked in combat with the undead. You have no idea how to stop it. You have no idea how to fight it. As a matter of fact, before this night, you weren't even sure they were real. But my God, this is, if you've never seen a ghost, this is for sure a ghost.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and you can try to close the box. It is a strength plus willpower. Difficulty is 8.
All right. She only got 1 success.
Nope, just even in, so Walter's holding this thing, you come up and kind of like trying to close it. Stop, freaking ghost! But the ghost does not want to go back into the ghost box.
And I guess it's gonna be my turn.
Okay, so that's Atris. Adele, it is your turn. You hear all this happening around you.
Dumbasses. Okay.
And the only thing that you're sure of is you hear Walter say that he can't get this thing closed. You hear Atris trying to struggle with it. You hear the sounds of rustling around of Liam rustling around with something, and you're starting to hear like this deeper growl start to happen.
And I would have heard him make a comment about the wish.
You would have heard about the wish thing, and you would have felt the tingling fingers that you decided to smack away in your head.
And I ain't stupid, so I think I can piece together that whatever's in there is not good.
What is it ever?
That's accurate. Let's see.
To be fair, Lupe wasn't bad. She was just weird.
That is true. We just have a high probability that things will always turn bad.
Like, so far, this thing hasn't actually attacked us.
So so we don't know if it's bad yet.
I guess I want to do a aura perception on towards it.
You have no idea where it is.
Okay.
Well,
doesn't
aura perception have like a range? Because we're only in a 20.
Yeah, I mean, you can just do a scan of the room.
Yeah, that's
okay. So then go ahead and make your roll.
Trying to sense non-vampires.
Yeah.
Full power to sensors.
Basically. And I'm going to spend a willpower. Glad I did. Including the willpower, I got 4.
Okay. I will say I won't make you completely use them up with just sensing your comrades. However, I will say one of them is you are sensing other vampires in the room, the ones that you expected to be there, kind of thing. You are looking at, let me see, for the and trust me, there's a whole bunch of emotions going on with your comrades right now. Most of them translating to what the actual hell.
Wouldn't it be accurate that kind of by now I could even if it's a different emotion, I can tell whose emotion is what?
Yeah, I'll say for your comrades specifically, you recognize the auras kind of thing. It's kind of like a spectral fingerprint kind of deal. You've been around these people for over 5 years now. You know who they are, who's who.
It's
Even
I can sense that
enough.
I can sense an anxious emotion, but it's gotta.
But there is a very bright, vibrant aura that Liam's aura seems to be struggling with on the ground. It is orange, purple, and red.
Okay.
And it is the keyword bright, vibrant aura.
Okay.
I will also say for 4 successes, you're looking at the aura that you recognize as Walter's, because you heard his voice, and he's the one that's closest to you, so you're able to look at him. There's definitely something sparkling and shifting coming from the box, and you notice that you're looking kind of all around the room, and there are sparkles like everywhere, and you can kind of, where you can't see this cloud, you see it filling the room where the sparkles are getting more intense and more intense. So you're going from like kids craft project to Liberace in a couple of seconds kind of thing. So
got it. So that was orange, purple, red, bright, vibrant, and then sparkles.
and then the sparkles pouring from the box and being kind of just flooding to the point where it's making it difficult for you to see anything else
enveloping
because
and all
it's just so
envelops everything else.
Yeah. It's like someone shining a flashlight in your eyes. It makes it hard to see past it.
Okay. Well, for just like a quick half second, am I able to say something for half a second?
Talking is a free action as long as it's not a speech.
Oh no, this will take half a second. Not another goddamn werewolf. What I gotta say.
Okay.
Not another teen werewolf.
Someone get him basketball shorts.
Okay, it is Bartleby's turn.
He's just walking down the street.
Saying, did he? Okay.
I appreciate you, Walter.
Liam, I'll let you roll for him. Go ahead and either make a wits plus survival or perceptigate, perception plus investigation roll. Either one, and I will let you know how it goes.
I get one more if I do perception alertness.
Okay, so perception alertness is what we're going for.
Either way, I got 0 successes.
He's looking around, and Jeff, you're watching this guy get more and more frustrated and confused. Come on, master. Let me know where you are. And he just seems to be more and more just like getting frustrated and anxious, trying to look presumably for them. Okay, it is its turn. Let's see if it gets back. It does. So I need everyone to make another willpower roll, please.
Oh lovely.
Did
you say that this was difficulty 8?
I did.
And if I still want to elect to let it talk to me, do I have to roll?
If you're choosing to just let it in, don't roll.
Okay, then I.
And that was current, right?
Current.
Cool.
How many, Atris? 3. Cool. Waya, how you doing?
I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay.
Got 1.
Dang it.
Okay.
0.
0. Okay. Everyone except Atris. Atris, you feel the tingling sensation again.
Oh, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Yes, get out of my head, ghost.
Ghost tingles.
As the rest of you, okay, so this is going to be this is fun.
No.
Yeah.
When the DM says it's fun. Is it always?
You know it's not.
It's actually gonna burn a point for this is still its legendary action. It's gonna burn a point for celerity.
So that. Okay.
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 Unnecessary.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a couple of these rolls real quick.
I thought
Wait,
you were
what's
just
your
talking to me.
what's your current willpower?
3.
3. Yeah, okay. That was a success. Liam, what's your current willpower
9.
rating?
9.
One. Okay. It did not succeed against you because freaking ones. Adele, current willpower?
3.
Yeah, I don't even have to re-roll the. Well, I will re-roll the 10s.
Just in case it gets ones. Okay.
Nope. It wasn't more successes, but it was more. It wasn't more ones. And then Walter, what's yours?
6.
Yeah. Okay. So I need Wea, Adele, and Walter to make sure you're messaging me specifically, not everybody. Wait till I say what you hear it, and this time it's much more of a command, less of an offer. And Liam, you know something about this because you've used something like this ability before on others. You all hear yourself compelled. Tell me what it is you want more than anything else in existence. What is the desire of your soul? So I need Wea, Adele, and Walter to privately message me what if your character could have one thing right now, like one wish, what would they want more than anything else in the world?
Now, because I elected to let him in, but I succeeded on my roll,
You heard it.
Okay.
You heard it. You're just not compelled to. You are not forced to answer it.
I'm gonna kind of play along a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, well, now, a wish is a mighty thing, but has anyone ever asked you what you wish for?
Interesting. Okay.
I don't want to send this.
Send it.
Okay. Liam, you hear back in your mind. What I wish is that I can be reunited with my kind. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Adele.
Uh-oh.
I'm just waiting on Walter.
The last sentence is obvious, or the last half of the sentence is obviously meant in a good way.
Yes, of course.
Don't try to twist that into anything.
No, these creatures are never known for twisting any desire ever. You get exactly what you want.
The only gin I like is with tonic.
I'm having real trouble wording this.
In a way that's not.
No. Walter's not going to game any kind of wordplay in his life. It's more just
bigger,
like
shinier horse statue.
You know what that statue needs? A friend.
Okay, so he had his legendary action. He had his first action, and now he gets his celerity action. So that means that he's going to. Okay. No, it's okay, Walter. That works.
Cool.
Okay, I now need those same 3 players.
Oh no.
Let's see. To tell me, and you can either tell me out loud or just message me, your character's perception plus self-control, what the rating is.
Hey, I'm good at this.
No, you don't roll. Just tell me the rating because it's
Oh.
it tells me what my difficulty level is.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh, well, get wrecked, Genie.
That's what I'm
9.
saying.
Ghost.
9,
Mine's 10.
10.
Oh, I just messaged it to you, but yeah, it's 9.
Okay. So first up is Wea. Nope. Next up is Adele. Lots of 8s, but nope.
I'm so glad I upped my perception.
And then Walter. Oh boy. Okay. So that is. Hold on. I need to.
Oh, no.
No boy, if we're showing off the dice.
You need to re-roll? Is that what you need to do?
How many? Oh
Yeah.
my!
You
Is that
tens?
1, 2, 3,
Please?
4 10s? I see.
The 4, I see 3.
That's
This-
yeah, 4 10s and a 9. So that's 5 successes to begin with.
Oh, no.
What?
Well, roll a new
This is
character.
fated
He's
to
rolling,
be.
against everyone's perception.
Well, I
plus,
mean, you did open the box, so
And that was fated to stay open.
okay. That is 2 8s, which are useless, and 2 more 10s. So that's 7 successes.
Are you for real right now?
Wow!
That was a
Time to
5
die.
useless and another 10. So that's 8 successes and a 4. So we are at 8 successes. One of those 10s re-rolled 3 times.
Oh,
So
no.
I've never been less happy about someone rolling incredibly lucky and well.
I honestly
You
think
never-
that was my best roll of this entire game.
It has to be. Of anyone.
I'm sending Sean all the Will Wheaton vibes.
Right? Thanks.
DC of 9, no problem.
Okay, so Adele, you begin to actually feel what feels like the skin clearing that's covering your eyes, and it for a brief moment you're looking and you're almost looking at yourself, and there's almost a glow about you, and it starts to get a little bit brighter and brighter, and then with a wave of the smoke it fades and everything goes back to black.
Okay.
Wea, you see in the, I mean, granted you're still an owl, but as you're looking down, you see almost mixing with the purple smoke these trails and wisps of this black. It almost looks like when Delphina controlled shadows pour from you and from your chest and start to coagulate on the ground in the shape of this large four-legged creature that you start to hear a growl. But then again, with the wave of the purple smoke, it's the black blob starts to dissipate, and you just hear almost in your ear, soon. Walter.
Yes. Hi.
You see, as a matter of fact, The room completely shifts around you. The purple smoke is starting to dissipate. And suddenly you're standing not in this underground room, but you are standing in what looks like a giant underground cavern.
A familiar one?
No, you have never seen this one before. This thing is massive, but looks old.
Throw a winner down.
It looks like it was hand carved out of the very stone itself, with rough hewn tools, as there are makeshift pillars holding it up. Green, almost sickly flame is being held by braziers about every 5 feet or so. That's not, and it doesn't trigger the beast within you. What you do sense, though, is something unfathomably older. It's like trying to be on the surface of the ocean and sense its depth. Older than what you experienced in the mines in Taylorsville, older. And you hear a female voice call out to you.
Oh, God.
And your gang is standing there with you. You see Wea and Atris and Adele and Liam. And hey, Patrick and Elizabeth are standing there with you too. Bartleby is there. You see Inspector Marshall there and Sonoy.
Wow.
Excellent.
Nice happy family reunion.
You also see carved into the back of this cavern, as 2 waterfalls, streams of water are pooling down on either side of this statue. You look up and you see crystals, obsidian crystals that sparkle in the light of the flames that almost makes it look like starlight up above you. And this figure carved in looks like vaguely the shape of a woman. It's got that hourglass kind of shape to it. And there's something carved in behind her, but it's hard to make out because it's dark enough that it's some kind of symbol that's almost like a crown behind her. And you hear a voice, and again, young-ish, but with a power and wisdom such that it is indescribable but palpable. Child of Cain, I have seen you in your group. You have impressed me. And for your deeds, I have a gift. Wisdom. Wisdom beyond your years. The same wisdom that was imparted on me. Do you know what the greatest teacher of this world is?
Experience.
Yes, child. What kind of experience?
Walter is gonna look visibly creeped out, but intrigued. If this thing is looking at him. Usually the hard kind.
Yes.
Amazing.
See, you already knew. Pain is the greatest teacher of all. Here, let me show you. As you look to your left and right, and your companions start bleeding from every orifice as they start screaming and holding their heads, as you see the blood vessels start to swell underneath their skin and start to burst. As you smell Vitae and you look down and you feel like someone has your brain in a vice and is squeezing it, as you feel the pain, the stabbing pain of your veins exploding, one in your arm, one in your leg, one in your neck, one behind your eye as it bursts. And it was blood that your father wished to learn of, and it is blood that will be your teacher now. And you go ahead and take
a nice, pleasant
Yoga.
siesta.
Well, I mean, it was 8 successes, unfortunately. So let's see how bad off you are.
A very successful siesta.
Yeah. Okay. You'll get to try and oh, it cannot be soaked. Cool.
Walter's dead.
You take okay, so it can't be soaked according to what I'm reading, but you can use blood to heal.
I have
You
blood.
take 8 lethal.
Nice.
Even fortified doesn't touch this one.
It says it cannot be soaked.
Right. Just making sure.
Because this is attacking your mind, not your physical body. So that way for food, but you can spend blood to reflexively heal.
Well, we do that. We sure do that.
Walter sustained the most damage of the entire game.
The rest of you, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. You hear Walter scream.
I was going to try to do that, but my wife is asleep, like in the next room.
We won't anger your wife, so
but yeah,
we don't want her coming out there like the Cave of Wonders. Who disturbs my slumber?
It would be fitting.
Who is bloodbound to Walter?
Who isn't?
Not Atris.
I'm kidding.
Not Atris. Atris is not bound to anyone.
I think it's only Wea.
Yeah, Walter's bloodbound to many.
Wea, on your next turn, I'm going to need you to make a self-control. On your next turn, I'm going to need you to make a self-control roll to do anything other than fly to Walter's aid.
Okay.
Okay, so that was its turn. Wea, hey, it's your turn.
How convenient. Like turnovers are real nice for the people who are engaged.
I am sorry, Walter. That is how the dice. Whoo boy, it was not supposed to be that strong out the gate.
Like seriously, Walter, I think your character has absorbed the most damage. I think of all the characters in this game.
I wasn't going to burn a potency on closing the dice, the little lockbox, because I like you, storyteller. But that might change after this.
Well, just don't forget your dice penalties.
Oh, I'm below half blood, by the way.
Well, luckily you can't diablerize yourself. So
Well, the werewolf blood isn't probably very prominent in the air either at the moment.
No.
It's just in. Well, no, it's out of Liam's mouth now.
Right. Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
It's
There's a smell.
Can't you smell that smell? All right. Well. All right. Yeah. Wea, it's all you.
so. Leia, go ahead and make that self-control roll
Oh.
to try and.
Is it my turn already?
Well, yeah, your turn comes immediately after its.
Oh,
so
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
Was standard difficulty? Yes.
Yep.
Wow, really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Yeah. You know that Walter is in very bad trouble, but it's up to you what you want to do about it.
Oh shit.
As you look over and it's hard again by this point now, the smoke, I will also say, by this point, guys, the smoke has made it where anyone who is outside of a 2-foot radius from you, you can make out shapes, and that's about it. If you try to attack anything or move to anything that is outside of that 2-foot radius, it's going to be at a +2 difficulty.
Welcome to my world, bitches.
If you did see an outline of Walter, you saw him thrash around.
Yeah. I'll say by this
Dude.
point you dropped the box.
Yeah.
All right.
My hat's not even on my head. It probably fell, and it's like the little strap is like keeping it on my neck or whatever.
Well, Atris was also holding on to the ghost box.
I guess
Yes,
I
indeed.
will have to do this, but I will spend 2 blood to use 2 celerity and my turn to change back into Leia.
Okay.
Instantly
the owl.
from an owl from just woof, and I'm big Indian again. And I do have movement, so I will. Oh man, how far away is the guy that Liam has?
You said you moved towards the door,
Which is where I
so
tackled him.
yeah.
Oh, then
not
I will.
far.
I will stand in his way.
Okay. So you're blocking the door.
Or do I go to Walter? No, I think I tried to run to Walter as best I can through the fog.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Dex plus Athletics difficulty 8.
With the size of this little room, isn't it less of a run and more of a sidle?
Yes. A step ball change, if you will. A sachet.
Oh shit, I got one more. 2 successes.
Relying on your other senses beyond sight, and especially with your sensitive ears, it's not hard to hear where the fuck Walter's screaming from. You are able to make it to him, and you see him. Atris is standing there now, holding this box as you see more and more smoke pouring out. But Walter is sitting there, like grabbing onto himself as he looks like Carrie. Like, I mean, it's one of those things of one of his eyes is bloodshot red from the blood vessels that have been popping in it. You see Vitae spurting out of these bursting veins in his body. You see every orifice, his nose, his mouth, his ears, his eyes, just blood pouring down.
Well, seeing as how I have no action to grab him, I will just stay there and just try to kind of like get him awake and shake him a little bit. And be like,
By the way, is
Walter.
anyone else below half on their blood pool?
No, I'm slightly above 8 out of.
Okay.
Out of
You will need to make another self-control roll at the
start of my next turn.
At the start of your next turn, because you are now near him.
Yep.
And you're smelling the Vitae. He is literally coated in it.
Yep. And I'm just wake up. What are you doing? What happened?
Am I still in that plane?
Oh yeah, you are not conscious at all of anything that's going on around you.
Is he like
Ooh.
talking, or is it just like silence?
I've been screaming.
You guys heard him when he was talking on his end of the conversation. So you heard experience, not the good kind.
Okay, yep, that'll be my
Yeah.
Once broken, one-sided dialogue before screaming.
That's never a good thing.
Okay, that was Waya's turn. Jeff, you're seeing Bartleby is very confused. You're a little disappointed that he wasn't a fast track to where you were trying to get. So at this point, you can kind of decide if you want to keep sticking with him, if you want to break off and kind of try and look on your own. It's up to you.
Well, I would mutter under my breath. I knew he didn't know where he was going. I would look for the nearest bird.
Bird?
Bird.
Bird is the
Okay.
word.
Go ahead and make a perception plus alertness roll. It's nighttime and you're in the middle of town, so diff 7. So anything 7 and higher is a success.
I got 4 and 110.
So we roll the 10.
So
go ahead and reroll it. So is the 110
that's
including it in the
another
4,
nine. So
or is
that's
that
5?
So 5?
I have 5 success.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you look around and it's nighttime. There's not a whole heck of a lot of birds to be found. However, with your expertise in this subject, you end up looking up high and you do see an owl perched up on top of one of the houses, kind of looking around, probably hunting. And you just kind of see its outline and you just see it kind of fluff up its feathers a bit and whoo, whoo.
Not Waya.
I'm going to do a high-pitched whistle towards him. Lil. And hope to get his attention.
The head turns around and it kind of catches the moonlight as you see the eyes kind of reflecting and you got its attention.
Perfect.
It's he
Well, I want to communicate
out of
with him.
obfuscate.
Yeah, I would say with all this, you're definitely visible again, but
Oh,
especially
absolutely.
if you wanted the owl to see you.
Yes, I want the owl to notice me. I'm going to make eye contact and whisper to him in my mind.
Oh, so you're gonna use feral whispers?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm never gonna hoot again. Guilty wings make no sound.
And no rules necessary to. Now you're gonna talk or command?
Command. Or I'm going to talk first. I might command.
I'll say
I
for
can't
what's
get the
left
right
in
answer.
your turn, you'll for this round you can pick one or the other.
All right, I'll talk to him.
Okay. There's no rule for that, so go ahead and talk to the owl.
Oh, my people.
Hello. I need to know where the nearest location of supernatural beings would be.
Who?
Anything you wouldn't consider a normal animal.
I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here looking for mice. Like,
What building would you not want to go near?
looks around. I don't know, a lot of them. Windows are problematic.
No, it's fine. They probably weren't able to clean them as clearly back then.
I am afraid to ask you when Nix was invented then.
You mean something like you? Something weird like you?
Yes, something definitely like me. Probably a lot of them.
Saw some people pass over about a couple yards that way and then to the left.
Good enough for me. Thank you. Return to your hunt.
Okay, but I'm doing it because I want to.
Understood, sir.
Lordy.
Okay, so with that, it kind of like indignantly kind of turns its back on you to not even look at you and kind of flutters off a bit. All right.
I thought it had only turned its head.
Yeah, I thought its back was already turned.
It, for good measure, kind of waddles away and flutters off. All right, that was your turn, Walter.
What? I already went. Oh no.
No, you
It went.
reacted.
I just had a whole.
That was a big
A
reaction.
whole
So okay,
personal moment.
I need you. Oh boy.
Oh, I have to roll again before I act. Damn it.
I have to have you roll another wits plus courage roll, please.
Well, wait. I'm rolling that now?
This,
Okay.
for this time yet, because before it was against it. Sorry, this is to try and break
Yeah.
out of.
Oh, we're doing something. We'll see what happens. My character is very courageous and sometimes witty, but is it just standard?
No. It is difficulty. It was difficulty 8.
All right, we're using this boy.
Okay.
We're gonna see what happens.
Damn it.
Oh, come on, it's a 7. I succeed. Do you want to know how much?
I do, because it
1,
depends
2,
on based on
3,
its successes to make it
4.
happen. You're trying to break 4.
Well,
Okay.
4.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna get 8 on this if that was a
No,
successes.
but what I'm gonna say is this is going to be like a cumulative thing, kind of like coming out of frenzy.
Oh, it's willpower kind of related.
Yeah.
Something.
So you got 4 successes, so mark that down somewhere that you got 4 out of the 8 so far. As long as you don't get any botches to subtract from that, it keeps on building. Little something in the back of your mind going, wait, how did I get here? How did I go? Oh God, everything hurts. You know, so you're having this moment where, like, a brief moment of like, wait, the logic doesn't make sense of, I don't remember walking into this room. I don't remember, when did we see Patrick and Elizabeth again? All this stuff. And then suddenly you're snapped back and you're looking around and your friends are writhing on the ground. Sonoy is whimpering and howling as his fur is getting matted with blood.
And I'm still standing, and if I look at myself, I'm pooling blood.
Blood is just pouring from the veins in your body.
Pouring blood.
As you hear that voice in your head again. No quarter was given to me. I had to learn about the pains of being outcast in the wilds. It made me strong. Isn't this what you wanted? Your gain making their mark on the world? Oh, your names will be etched in the annals of history. I will remember you forever.
Who the hell are you? If you're given no quarter, that gets you here trapped. Walter wants to really examine whatever he can see of her. Either just this etching that's vaguely feminine, or if he can detect like any kind of being by looking hard
Okay.
in this.
Are you,
plane.
if you're going, or are you going to try and like search out for the supernatural, or are you going to try and
Yeah,
look
well,
just in the physical plane?
I mean, I already examined my room. If I didn't already have an obvious physical presence to look at that's talking to me, then it's going to be supernatural, like alertness, I
Well, I
guess.
mean, are you going to examine the room more? Are you looking? Are you searching for this entity?
I'm searching for the entity, specifically.
Okay, then go ahead and give me a perception plus awareness roll.
And this is kind of like in time with Walter, you know.
Yeah, and I'm
calling,
going to say
who the fuck are you?
it's going to be difficulty 8 just because you're trying to observe while being in excruciating pain and one of your eyes almost being blind from blood vessels
yeah.
popping.
This is like desperately driven by anger.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is in time with Walter like shouting, who the fuck are you even? You said DC 8? God, so many ones tonight. Well, that's not a valid die. Well, I have one success.
Okay. I'll say at one success, you do not see anything having to do with this entity other than the voice kind of coming from everywhere, in your head, around you, from the statue. It is a voice that seems to just utter in power and dignity.
Oh, and the statue. I don't know why I thought you said it was just an etching.
Well, it's a statue etched into the stone wall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like that there was a stone wall and that they chiseled away at it to make the statue.
I see.
I know you want to
Well,
go.
I don't see much.
I will say though, at one success, that's at least something. Because you can't really do pictures in the group chat, I'm sending it to you on Facebook Messenger of this is the thing that's carved into the wall that's kind of behind her statue. And this statue, by the way, is a good like 20 feet tall. Like this is a large statue, and behind it, carved into it, is almost this halo behind it.
Messenger's just showing me well, this is the picture that it's showing me.
Huh.
Nice.
That's what I see.
Yeah, is this a television?
It's so beautiful. It's amazing.
So much detail, such beauty.
I'm also reminded that the last message you sent me was the Jareth the Goblin King holding a pug dressed up like Toby.
The carving
isn't really transmitting, unfortunately, but I guess you have to believe me.
We believe.
Okay, let me try this. Hold on.
Whoops. Is this better? It's better, right?
Horrible.
That's much better.
We needed it. We needed that.
Much better.
I assume she doesn't look like that.
Not
It's a
so
shame,
much.
really.
It's a manifestation of your imagination.
Pausing. Wait a second. Let me try and find it. Here we go. Is that better?
Oh. Well, I see a symbol right now. Thank you.
Does it look
okay,
like
so I saw this, and did I see it on the statue?
It's not on the statue. It's carved behind where the head and shoulders are, so it's almost like a halo behind the head.
Okay, cool. Thank you. As much as Walter can, he is very committed to remembering and memorizing that symbol through this pain. Literally all of his anger is currently directed at figuring out who the fuck this is.
Okay. All right, that is your turn. Also, I'm gonna say go ahead and mark off two blood, as it is literally pouring from you.
I have done so. I have 4 blood left. Let's go.
I am going to say at the top of your next turn, besides trying to break this thing, you are also going to have to make a self-control to make sure you don't go into an anger frenzy, Mr. Bruja.
Mm-hmm.
Bruhaha.
Okay. That was your turn. Next is the guard. The guard, no longer in grapple.
Who had 2 blood points sucked out of him.
Yep, who had 2 blood points sucked out of him. Now stands up to a height that is actually where his shoulders are hunched over.
Oh boy.
And his head, he has to duck his head to and you hear him going, "Oh, no, I don't want anything from you. Leave me alone." Liam, would you like to try and dodge?
Oh, is he attacking me?
He's more swiping at the smoke in front of him, but you happen to be in the way.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Dex plus Athletics roll, please. Okay, against his...
I got 3 successes on that.
Okay, his strength. Okay, yeah. How many successes was it?
I got 3.
Okay. Okay. He only does 1 ag damage as you feel these giant claws rake across, and one gets you on the shoulder. It's just the tip, but even the tip of it was a good couple of inches. So sometimes just the tip is all you need.
God damn it.
So yeah, you get 1 ag.
I easily soak it.
Cool.
I think we're all 12-year-old boys, I swear.
Okay. That was the guard's turn. Liam, it is your turn.
Oh, that was most unpleasant. Now, I saw Wea kind of like bamf up behind me, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that the guards would have to get past him anyways. And I think this creature is kind of more important.
Oh, remember, he actually didn't go to the
I went
guard.
to Walter.
He changed his mind and went to Walter.
I'm going to slip on my silver spiked gloves.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am going to spend a blood to burn celerity.
Okay.
I am going to, because since he's in my vicinity, if he's within arm's length, right?
Yeah, and with his size, he's like
I would like to.
There's not much room in there to run.
I would like to duck down and like nut check.
okay, that's definitely a called shot, but sure, go ahead.
Because I'm assuming he's taller than me, and I'm ducking down. I'm gonna go for what I assume is center of mass, but that's the goal.
Okay. Are you looking for center of mass, or are you looking to punch? Do some boxing.
It would be Dex plus Brawl. So let's go for the speed bag.
Okay. And it's celerity. So go ahead and roll for nut punch. Difficulty is going to be 8.
Oh boy.
I got 3 successes.
Okay. Roll damage plus 2.
And let's see. All right, so the gloves are ag damage to werewolves.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Hold on. I haven't used these before, and I have the specs written down. Oh, it's a punch, so it's what is it? It's strength plus 2. And then I got 3 successes. So is it strength? Is it damage plus 2? You said.
Damage plus 2 dice. Yes.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that one's a 10. Chad dice. I got 6 ag damage on speed bag nut punch.
Jesus Christ.
And go ahead and roll your second attack.
Oh my. Oh my god.
All right.
I shouldn't be surprised at this point. I really like
Oh my god.
when I allowed you to have those created.
Yeah.
2. But that one takes away. 3 successes on the second one.
Damage plus 2 dice.
That one is 4 successes.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of just want it so that like the first punch is like right into the like the boys, and the second one I kind of want it like hook it under his jaw and get the spikes like embedded into him, and then just kind of use that momentum to like roll and throw him forward.
Some Mortal Kombat shit.
okay, so you in true Liam fashion have been dicked around by lupines for long enough, and you decide that it's time for some payback. And with these silver gloves, just full on go and right for the family jewels, just ring his bell as he lets out this howl. And this pain as he doubles over in pain, and you give him a smile and a nod as you then hook up, and he just goes down. He is out, just completely unconscious on the ground.
Oh my god.
And I'm just gonna stand up because I still have I still have like movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of get up, and I'm just gonna lick it a little bit, and I'm just gonna kind of speak to the smoke, and because I've got my mind open, like, now, my apologies, we have not been threatening to you in any way, shape, or form. I'm hoping that we can negotiate.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah. Atris, it is your turn. This ghost is weird.
She's gonna try. She's gonna pump to the strength, and she's gonna try once again to try to get this box closed.
Okay. Atris, before you do that, I'm going to say, give me a perception plus alertness roll.
Okay.
Difficulty is 7 only because the smoke is making it hard to see things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second out. Okay, so we got 3 successes on that one.
Okay. As you're getting ready to close it, you see the Arabic writing that is on. So it's mostly a wooden box, but on the edges, on all sides, it has a metal strip on it. And along that strip is Arabic writing. And you actually catch like a word or two through the smoke of command, will, and those are the 2 words you pick up with those number of successes. But you get that it's not just random writing. You get that there's some kind of message on here. But go ahead and do your strength plus willpower roll.
I mean, it's pretty consistent. She is as well. She's like,
difficulty 8.
Damn it, that's a 0.
Still physically, you're trying to, and part of your will is like, you don't want to. It's like, there's something about this. I don't want to do this. But also at the same time, physically, you can't do this. And it's hard to tell which one's feeding into what. But you at least know you're now like looking at this box like, if you want to take the time, you know that you could read it, as you're probably one of the only people in this group that speaks this language.
Got it. All right.
And I'll say, with that knowledge, go ahead and make another int plus occult roll. I would say it's still difficulty 5.
Doesn't matter anyway, I botched.
Freaking ghosts, man. Just freaking ghosts. Like...
Ghosts, man.
Yeah, I got a point in the coat now, but it's not doing me any fucking good right
I'm
now.
going to say at this point, unless with a second botch on this same roll, at this point, unless someone else figures it out, you have no clue other than it's a ghost. You will not be convinced otherwise until hard evidence is given to you.
She knows she's not gonna fight a ghost with martial means, so fuck. Okay.
Which then makes you think about Clan Giovanni and the rumors that they can control ghosts, and suddenly what sounded like a bunch of nonsense seems a lot more real to you.
That Atris is a ghost.
Right? She believes in herself. All right, Adele, it is your turn.
Do I know how close I am to that box?
I mean, yeah, with the aura perception, you can see that you're only a few feet away from it.
I want to do Spirit's Touch on it.
Okay.
What's the difficulty on that?
Well,
it says depending on the age of the object and spiritual strength of it / me.
How far back are you trying to see its most recent history, or are you trying to go way back?
Back far enough to find out like what it is.
Okay, it's going to be difficulty 9. This thing is old.
Okay. I'm glad I have 9 dice.
That just sounded heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can re-roll you. Okay.
Reroll it bigger.
I got 3.
Okay. You touch this thing and you can feel, as someone who's more in tune with the spiritual and magic and things like that, you reach out to where Atris is standing and Walter is screaming and probably getting blood on you. As you touch it and it's almost humming with magical energy, like, and it's almost warm to the touch, not uncomfortably so, but there's almost like a rise in temperature to this thing. And you go back, at first you see Hakeem, very much the, darker skin, hair slicked back into the ponytail, nice dress suit. You see him getting this thing. You see him talking with Mr. Black.
Okay.
You see him, what looks like you quickly recognize as the Golden Goose, and him stealing this box from the Golden Goose.
Gotcha.
But then you're traveling, and the rest of it's kind of a jumble because it's kind of like when you know a certain scene that you're looking for, so you're hitting like 12 times rewind and not paying attention. So the rest is all just blurs. You see faces and shapes and things like that. At one time you think you see a ship. It's hard to tell. You see you focus in on the ship a bit, and you see what looks like a captain standing at the wheel, and there's people grabbing. His eyes are kind of glossed over, and you see the box opened near his feet and the same purple smoke pouring from it. Captain, the rocks! Don't you see the rocks? Captain, snap out of it! And you hear a loud crash, and then the vision shifts again. You're flinching because you see sunlight, and it's always kind of weird to see sunlight in these visions because there's that knee jerk. Oh, right. All right. It's not really happening. I'm not really here. Okay, cool. Lots of sand, and it's hot. You personally have never seen terrain like this. Nothing like this is in France. Even the Badlands of Texas and places like that, different kind of setup. It's not the same kind of thing. The closest thing it makes you think of is it makes it think of when you've been to the beaches in France and places like that, but there's no water. It's just, and you see this thing, and there's a weird animal, tan skin, flat feet, pretty tall. Someone's riding on the back of this thing with loads of goods and things kind of look different. And you see the box being carried on it. Mm-hmm. And then you get one last flash where you push it, and it's somewhere very pretty, very polished marble floors, cushions on the ground, silks draped from the ceiling, as you see a man with a full beard, beaded jewelry, rings on his fingers, loose, very nice regal looking robes that this person is wearing. And you see them kind of just going like this, and you see tears of blood coming down their face as you see the box sitting on a golden table next to this person. And on the ground you see a woman about his age. He looks a little bit older, there's some gray in the beard, but you see a woman who's just starting to approach probably like the mid-30s-esque, lying dead on the floor with a dagger sticking out of her chest. and the vision cuts back and you're back in the present.
Okay.
I'm blind.
Okay.
Bartleby.
Bartleby's getting frustrated, but then he kind of remembers that he grew up like in the back streets and anything, and he's been a pickpocket all his life. And he does recall that his master asked him about a CD bar with a bunch of antlers in the back and whatnot. So he's going to kind of like what Walter did last time. He's going to kind of use his knowledge of cities and CD places to see if he can guesstimate where it is.
Okay. That's going to be a wits plus streetwise.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
And standard difficulty for him. He's not familiar with this particular town, so he doesn't get a bonus to it, but he knows the type of place to look for.
Nice. 3 successes, all were 7s.
Okay. Yeah, he knows. He's quickly able to start running around again. He doesn't know exactly. He remembers what direction you guys went, so he heads off in that direction. He's looking around, and at 3 successes, I'll say he finds the sign saying the stag with the antlers on there.
Huh.
And he goes, yeah, that looks, he sees a guy passed out drunk in the alleyway. It looks dirty and dingy. And he's like, yeah, they would go there.
I'm gonna go in. Or
I'll say, yeah, I'll say he enters it. He sees it as I've explained it before. The steps go down underneath another building, relatively low ceiling, trappings of different hunting paintings and paraphernalia on the walls, a low burning fireplace. All the furniture looks disgusting. The smell of stale beer and mold and dampness in here.
this is
And you see people kind of looking confused, and they're kind of looking around as you hear a muffled and I'll say that's his turn.
Oh boy.
Okay. It is its turn again.
now Liam did offer to negotiate with it.
What is it that you have to offer?
Now, you did indicate that you would like to be returned to your kind. Now, we actually had no idea you specifically were here. We were merely following up on a lead from a rather unsavory character. But my friends seem to be in an awful lot of pain down there, and I think you might have something to do with it. And I said we mean you no harm or ill will.
Seek my prison if you wish to find the door to let me free.
Now, is that box that's down there? Is that your prison?
There is no answer to that. However, what is he going to do with all that junk?
He's gonna get you drunk?
Yes. Everyone except Liam and Walter, since he's already kind of preoccupied. Wea, remind me of your what your
Blood pool.
wits plus courage is.
Wits courage is or do you mean okay, wits courage, not self control. It's 6.
6. Okay. Okay. Good to know. If you could send me what if you could type me what Leia's biggest fear is.
Oh man.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Beatrice, what is your
wits plus courage?
wits plus courage? Yes.
It is 6.
6 as well?
Yeah.
Please send me your greatest fear.
Oh boy.
Or at least Atrice's. Adele, what is your wits plus courage?
6.
Is anyone's greatest fear the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, okay. Please send me
the
your
Kool-Aid
greatest
Man.
fear.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Because the dice said I had to.
The dice said you have to. So yeah, if you guys could just okay.
This is such an orderly collecting of nightmares.
How do I word this?
Way I got yours.
No.
Is it clown spiders? Is it clown spiders? Because now my fear is clown spiders.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
Liam
Okay,
as a
I
spider.
got it. I got it. Okay. That was its turn. We will see how that affects each of you on your turn.
Right.
First up is Wea. Wea, once again, the purple cloud is getting very, as you're sitting there, trying to shake Walter, who's screaming. As suddenly the fog gets so thick, you actually can't see like in front your fingers in front of your face, and you still feel the contact with Walter. As the smoke clears, and you see your protean claws have been extended, and they are in Walter's throat as you are shaking him back and forth, almost trying to like rip his head out from its shoulders. And you're glancing around, and you see the rest of your friends torn to ribbons on the ground, entrails out, as they are slowly starting to dust and ash. You see the age hitting them, and you just see vitae all over your hands, and you taste it in your mouth, and you look to the right, and there is a mirror. It is like a 12-foot tall mirror, and you see yourself covered in fur, fangs protruded, wolf ears, not quite a werewolf, but almost like a more humanoid wolf-like creature, as you see stalking in the background the wolf you've seen in your nightmares, sitting there. Yes, give in to it, Wea. I told you it would taste sublime. And this pain, you take 3 lethal, non-soakable. However, you can choose to heal it with blood if you have blood to spend.
Okay.
As you are stuck in this visual of you attacking your comrades.
Okay. Is that my turn? Do I have a turn?
No, you have a turn. You have a turn.
Okay.
You can choose what you want to do.
And this is what I see.
Yes. You see it, feel it, smell it, taste it. It is palpable.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm going to release Walter from my claws
Okay.
and like move backwards away from the body.
Okay.
And I don't know, just like tried to shake myself out of it.
Okay.
Like try to just like wake myself up.
Okay, go ahead and remind me, Walter, it was a wits plus willpower, was it not?
I think you were having me do wits courage for things.
Okay. So go ahead and do wits plus courage, Leia. Difficulty is 8.
Nope, that's 0. 3 7s.
You hear the creature behind you. This one is not a dream, Leia. This is our truth, our pack, our strength. Okay, so that is Weia's turn, and yeah, anyone who's still able to is looking at Wei as he's just looking at his hands and like backing away from Walter. Jeff.
Yeah.
You got your owl instructions.
Instructions.
Go ahead and give me
Good thing it wasn't a howler.
wits plus streetwise roll, please. Difficulty is going to be 7. Just because you're not familiar with the town, it's not a place you've personally been before.
I have 2 successes.
Okay. It takes you a while. It takes you a while looking around and but you finally start to go, okay. If they all said they went this way, and you're kind of using that as directional, where would I go if I was on the run from the law and not wanting to be found? And you also then eventually see this sign that's hanging off of a building called the Stag, and you see a pair of antlers painted on it, and you see some steps leading down underneath this building, and you kind of get the idea of like, yeah, that's at least a good place to go check out. Do you go ahead and head that way?
No, I'm gonna obfuscate right across the street from it and walk.
Oh, okay. So you do that, and are you gonna stay visible or are you gonna obfuscate?
I'm gonna obfuscate.
Okay. Once again, the shadows coalesce around you, and you feel you are well and properly hidden.
Spider farts.
Spider farts. All right, so that was your turn. Let's go ahead and go with Walter. So first off, I need you to make a self-control roll for me, please.
All right. Self-control, you say?
There's a perfectly good werewolf body right there on the.
I botch it, Sean.
Oh God.
What'd you expect? I have DC 8.
Oh fuck! And you're right next
Now,
to me.
I will say, remember that you can spend a willpower, just as a reminder, you can spend a willpower point per round to fend off the results of frenzy. Do you wish to do so?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So spend the willpower, and you feel
Okay.
yourself starting to slip as the beast starts to crawl out, and you're like, no, no, not right now, not right now, not right now. And okay.
Oh
I will
boy.
also say go ahead and make a. I will let you go ahead and try to make a control to regain yourself from frenzy.
Oh. Okay. Well then, I will return to my dice. I'm sorry, an oven timer went off literally as you asked me to do that last roll.
That was
So go ahead and make a self. Let's see. Is it frenzy? Is
self-control.
I'm always having
Okay.
trying to remember these days.
Well, frenzy was self-control, which I just rolled for
Okay.
that, but this is still that. All right, yeah. Oh, this I thought. Okay,
Hold on.
thank you
Hold on.
for
Hold
allowing it, if
on.
maybe. But I thought I also would be trying to roll to get out of this like mind hell. Maybe. But I
Yeah, it's self-control. So
have 2 successes.
okay. You feel like you're starting to regain control of yourself. I'll say for the self-control, I'll let you apply it to both. So go ahead and mark that you have 2 successes to come out of frenzy, 6 successes to come out of this mind hell.
Got it. I have a lot more dice for the other thing, but I will do that.
And
Right, I did have a lot more dice when I was rolling on the other thing.
okay.
I'm as
How much
present
blood do
as
you have
someone
left?
can be without being present. I have 4 blood in me,
Okay. Um,
or at least I used to.
yeah, I'll say you lose another blood from it bleeding, literally bleeding out in this hell. You are still in it though, so you try and shake out, and again, you're starting to see purple smoke fill the room, which is weird, and it's making you remember, wait. It's almost coming to you like a memory, like, oh yeah, I remember that time that we were in that place with purple smoke coming out of that box. How did we get here? How long has it been since then? But then it's the pain just snaps you back into this moment, and you hear this voice just keep speaking to you. I can teach you things, child, as I taught your father. I can teach you how to become more than what you are. Free me, break the seal, and it will be yours.
Can Walter, like, low cute well enough to respond? Is he in a speaking frame of
You
mind?
can. It's just imagine trying to speak while people are jabbing knives into like every inch of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm like powering through like frenzy and in a nightmare pain hell. Okay. Free you, huh? Where would I find you to do that?
Come forward, child. Walk before me.
The hell you expect me to walk when I can barely fucking feel anything?
I was able to do it. If you are strong enough, so can you.
Walter's gonna throw the Forrest Whitaker eyes forward and attempt to take a blind step at nothing, maybe to the statue.
Yeah, you start to approach it, and yeah, it is like every time you take a step, first off, it feels almost as if when you move your leg, as if your bones had spikes on them, and moving the ligaments causes a few more spurts of the blood in your leg as a couple more vessels pop. And then laying pressure down on your foot again, it's like stepping on a bed of spikes. Like it is like stepping on a floor made out of sea urchins. Like
Lego.
Yes, all the
Walter's gonna
Legos.
try to keep going.
okay, so that was Walter's turn. Next is the guard, who is currently unconscious. Liam, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Well, he's not moving, let's put it that way.
Like I did quite a bit of ag damage to him. He's
You
dead.
did. He is probably not breathing.
Oh, it's my turn, you said?
Yes.
So is the smoke to the point where I can't even see the hole that was in the floor?
Pretty much. It's now been a couple of rounds. It is at that point where anything not immediately in front of your nose is.
All right, so I'm gonna turn towards what I think is like the center, like of where the smoke was coming from ish. Because I kind of want to get the situation just a little bit under control. So I don't want it to be threatening, but I definitely want to use presence and awe to try and get this thing's attention on me.
Okay.
Let's see.
That no longer works on me. Because I can't make eye contact with him. Right?
I'd
Like if
have to
somebody
double
else
check the-
does it.
Hmm?
Like
If you're
someone
going by
else
the
does
book, that's a dominate. Eye contact is a dominate thing in the book.
it.
Presence is literally physical presence. kind
And
of thing.
before I do this, I'm going to
Yeah.
spend 2 willpower for auto successes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to use my blindness to my advantage, okay?
Okay, at dip 7, I got 2 9s, 2 8s, and I had the 2 willpower. So it is currently 6 successes.
Okay. You feel your VT coursing through. Do you say anything to this thing, or?
Now, you and I are in the middle of having a very pleasant conversation, but it is difficult when I can't actually see you properly. I am hoping that you will be a proper gentleman. Look me in the eye.
You have my attention. Let us see if you are glad that you do. And the shape, again, at this point, it's literally looking at something through a fog, but you see the shape reappear. The torso, a head, and 2 glowing yellow eyes peering through this misty veil.
Now, I presume you want to be relieved of your prison. Now, I can definitely assist you in such a venture. We just need to get things a little bit less chaotic at the moment. And right now, you are having a severe effect on those in my company. The other gentleman that was here, no consequence. That corpse on the floor now was really going to be more of a hindrance in us getting you out of here.
Read the words. Make a wish.
No. Now, there is only one among us here who is capable of that department, but I don't know if she's quite in area where she can see those woods. Do you mind helping me out just a bit?
Let us see if they can see beyond the veil. All right. Liam, that was your turn. Atris. Your vision becomes clouded by the purple haze. As it starts to fade and clear, you see the brothel that you were trained in, or at least what's left of it. It has crumbled to ruin. Looks like almost a storm or something hit this thing. The drapes tattered, pillars of stone cracked and crumbled, the floor in ruin and disheveled, and you see bodies on the ground. And you see your sire trapped underneath one of these pillars. As you run up to try and help them, you try to lift it and you feel yourself getting weaker and weaker.
What? I can't lift this.
Why did you leave us? Why weren't you here to help us?
I don't understand what.
And in trying to lift it, you actually feel this physical strain and it actually starts to hurt your body a bit. You actually take 3 lethal non-soakable damage. You can choose to heal it, but you do take the damage.
I should point out I am technically under half blood. I am now 6 out of 15.
Okay. Good to know. That will be interesting on your next turn. We're going to have a Stardew situation all over again.
Please don't remind me.
As go ahead and make your wits courage roll.
All right.
I am going to say it is actually going to be difficulty 7 for you. Perhaps Liam's words are making it be a little bit nicer.
1, 2. Okay, 2 successes on that one.
Okay. It actually did not get nearly as many successes against you as it did with Walter. So yeah, as quickly as the vision comes, it fades and you are back in the present, holding the box as the smoke is pouring from it.
Oh, motherfucker. All right. And she would have gotten the hint last time. She's now going to look at the box and read whatever she can on whatever Arabic's on the box.
Okay. You recognize it as part of it, at least on the top of the box, is a excerpt from the Quran, actually speaking of beings known as the Jinn, D-I-J and I believe, or D-J-I-N. I think it's D-J-I-N-N. What Westerners have in certain stories modernized and called genies. These are actual beings that were created, and it has a little bit of a passage from there. But for this particular one, it talks about basically reading this incantation to become the master of this creature. But there's a caution too. And again, translation into English is somewhat loose, but essentially what it's saying is Caution unto he who wishes to tame the typhoon, lest you lose control. When one wishes to command the heavens, one should remember benevolence, lest they suffer by their own hand.
Okay. All right. Was there anything else I can do? I don't remember what I did in the memory was an action or not.
You didn't really do an action. You basically spent your initial turn to just regain control of yourself.
Okay.
So you still have your action and movement.
Okay. What's he gonna take that as?
I wish dun, more than anything.
I mean, she's not gonna take it as making a wish. She's gonna she's been trying to close the box the whole time, so now she's gonna loosen up and not resist anymore, and she's gonna kind of calm herself and try to think of peaceful thoughts. That's the way I'm taking it.
Okay. You try to just think of peaceful thoughts, and you kind of close your eyes and you look around, and nothing really happens. You don't notice a difference. However, you do remember that there is that incantation. So basically how it goes is the top of the box is the quote, the middle of the box is the incantation, and then near the bottom is the warning. And I'll just say for your common sense for the evening, that in reading this, you no longer think it's a ghost. And you're kind of having one of those, oh my God, I grew up on these stories. How did I not remember this? You get the idea that you need to read you need to have possession of the box, read the incantation while in possession of it, and then you can command the being inside.
All right. In that case, I'm going to read the incantation.
Okay. I'll say it takes you the rest of your turn to do it.
Okay.
As you all hear Atris kind of speaking in almost this rhythmic Arabic. She's not singing, but there's almost a sing-song quality to the meter and tempo of what she's saying. As there is a swirling of the purple mist starts to happen, centered on almost like you, as almost like the eye of the storm kind of thing.
Sound to me.
Okay, that was Atris's turn. Adele. Okay, so you suddenly your eyes open. And you are standing in the middle of what looks like a giant performing hall. There are balcony seating, and the seats go back and back, and you are letting out this beautiful song. And everyone is clapping and cheering, and roses are being thrown to you. And this is what you've always wanted, to finally stand out, to be singled out for your greatness. And suddenly you hit a bad note. You've never hit a bad note. And you hit another one and another, and it's almost to the point where your voice starts becoming hoarse, and it might as well be cawing at that point. And suddenly then no noise is coming out, and people start, oh, what's going on? And then one person starts laughing, and is that the best you got? Guess you're just a pretty face then. And the cheering starts turning to laughing as you're like, no, like you just don't want to be here. And then you think that thought and go, oh God, no. And you look down and very Marty McFly, your fingertips are now see-through.
No.
And it's starting to progress very slowly and creeping up your hand to your wrist as you're starting to become transparent and you're starting to turn invisible. You also take 3 lethal. Kind of coughing up Vitae from the scratching on the throat. Again, you can't soak it, but you can choose to heal it if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll heal it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your wits plus courage roll for me, please.
And you said because I have the attention that their diff is lowered to 7 for that?
Yes.
Oh, good. Four.
Okay. Again, it did not get nearly, it was a fluke that it got as many successes as it did against Walter. Once again, as quickly as the vision comes, it fades, and you have never been so happy to be back to being blind in your entire unlife. What would you like to do? You still have your action and movement.
And I've been able to hear like Liam talking to it.
Oh yeah, auditory, everything's fine.
Cool. So remember
it's
how
only
we
seeing
realized
people that have been at a disadvantage.
Remember how we realized I do actually have telepathy?
Yes.
Yeah. I would like to send a thought to Liam.
Okay.
And basically just just send the thought that
Speak to me, Adele. Speak to me.
Whatever
just
this
pure
is,
screaming.
It's making us see the thing we fear the most. Is my guess.
Okay. Go ahead and you roll intelligence plus subterfuge. Difficulty is the subject's current willpower points. So Liam, what are your current willpower points?
It's a good thing I spent 2 of them because now it's down to 7.
Okay, so diff 7.
I'm gonna spend one.
Had I not spent it, it would have been diff 9.
Big spender.
Good. I got 3, including the success that I spent for mine.
Okay. Now, Liam, roll perception and awareness. Adele, what is your manipulation plus subterfuge?
7.
So, Liam, roll perception awareness, please, diff 7.
Ooh. Thank you, Chad Dice.
You're welcome.
We never take Chad dice for granted.
Nope. My Chad Dice.
Right.
I
That's
got 3
pretty funny.
successes.
3 successes. You are very aware that the thoughts are not your own. You are very aware that they are coming from Adele. And you hear her say this like, hey, whatever this thing is, it's making us feel our worst thoughts.
I'm really sorry to roll back, but of course we don't underestimate the Chad dice. May I proceed?
Interesting. I myself tend to paddle in fear. We have a new cast member for the Obsidian Purrs.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. And Cannon.
Void.
And Cannon. It'll just be all of our cats dressed up as your characters.
Oh my god, yes.
I can't wait. I already have a cowboy outfit.
But yeah, so you hear the voice. Liam, you're keeping an open communication with this thing, although now there's multiple voices going on in your head. It's
There's,
kinda
also,
busy in
there's
there.
also a crazy Nosferatu buried somewhere in there too. So
Possibly. You hear, what is fear but a wish for something not to be or not to happen. Wishes can turn sour. Okay, so Adele, you send that. That's your turn. Bartleby. Bartleby enters the place and he hears the muffled.
walk up to the bartender. Excuse me, did a bunch of assholes come in here recently?
In the back. Actually, no, he doesn't give them up that easy. It's a sneak. He's tempted though. He goes, son, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. This place, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Sorry. One, you'd know him because even his mother probably couldn't love a wart-covered face like that with that kind of unibrow.
Maybe.
Just trying to kind of catch up with them. We were a part of a little bit of a job earlier. Just was told to meet up here.
Give me a
Is it charisma? Is it
charisma plus expression.
Does Bartleby have expression? He does, yay. 4.
Whatever you do, are you gonna make a mess?
Unfortunately, I'm usually their cleanup crew.
That's not a lie. So,
Not wrong.
And Bartleby's got some coin. He'll give the guy $3.
I'll say somewhat begrudgingly the money that some of the hard-earned pit-pocketing money that he just got
from someone else.
I feel like he sighs, hands it over, is used to this, and is cursing Liam under his breath, but respectively.
I mean, all of that is completely accurate. The guy kind of nods behind him towards the door that leads to the back.
Oh, damn it.
Bartleby will just head towards the door.
Okay. He goes through it and he hears the screaming get a little bit more clear as he looks down, and he sees one hallway going one way, but it seems louder to his right as there's a door that he opens. It is a closet, and then luckily the door is open where he sees the stairs go down the hall to a metal door down at the end.
Bartleby's going to enter the closet, but he's going to shut the closet door behind him.
Okay.
Just precaution and head towards the metal door and start listening.
Okay. And I'll say that's his turn by that point. Okay. Top of the round.
And for the Jinn.
It is its turn. It's there hovering, looking at Liam, kind of looking down and observing what's going on. I'm gonna say it's gonna hold its action for right now. It's kind of keeping in a holding pattern. You guys so far haven't tried to directly attack it, so at this point, this is just the backlash of literally unleashing chaos in this room. So without having it under control before it got released. So yeah, it's gonna hold its action.
Since I know it's been diddling around in my brain, I'm just gonna think about as many times as Liam has had sex as possible.
Dick, 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 dick.
Okay. So you are making a wish.
A wish for dicks.
So far, it's not gonna mess with you, but my God, what it could have done. I'm just saying, you could have had like multiple. You want
Give multiple
like,
dicks.
Do you know that part in Doctor Strange where the hands grow out of the other hand?
Yep. Okay, Wea, it is your turn. First off, I need you to make a self-control roll for me, please. Because you are hungry, sir.
One success.
My God, does Walter smell amazing, but
He usually
will not
does.
further dig in. However, go ahead now and make your roll for wits plus self-control for the vision. Difficulty is 7 now.
Oh my God! Someone take away these dice, please. Difficulty 7.
What the dice jails for?
One success.
Okay. For a brief second, you think you have the brief thought, wait, how did I get here? And then you just snap back at the horror of what you've done. And you're seeing yourself in that mirror and you're becoming more and more like the creature you fought, as limbs are extending, claws out, snarling as Vitae's dripping from, and you're looking down at Walter, who's clutching his throat and trying to drag himself away as the other of your companions are turning more to ash as their bodies are disappearing. And he looks at you and, well, what? Why? I thought we were brothers. And the wolf creeps up behind you where he doesn't need you. He only needs himself. You were just holding him back. Now he's free. Truly free. And powerful. Okay. Wea, you have your action and movement. What would you like to do?
But am I still in the hell dream?
But you're still in the hell dream. You had that brief moment of how did I get here with the one success. And like I said, it's cumulative, so you're gonna have to get a couple more successes. But you're still very much in the hell dream.
It is now lowered because of me.
Right.
I don't know. Can I like slap myself and like shake myself out of it? Is there any additional action?
Sure. Slap yourself.
I can take?
I need you to make a Dex plus brawl.
Yes, I shall harm myself.
You're gonna punch your own head off.
If it ties, how does it go to the defender?
Oh, there's no other
Oh
roll.
my God.
Being funny.
Now roll to dodge your own hit.
4.
Cool. Strength
What?
plus 3, please.
Oh my God.
That one's cocked. Oh my God. 5.
Have to 3. You take 3 bashing. Go ahead and try and soak it.
This is ridiculous.
I imagine it's like a Tempur-Pedic mattress where his own handprint is in his face and it's just reforming.
1.
You soak 1.
Yes, I take 2.
You take 2 bashing.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that hurt. That really, really hurt.
I'm just gonna keep backing up in complete fear that I murdered all my friends.
I will say that if you get to roll next time, the difficulty will only be 6 because the pain is trying to bring the real pain. The physical pain is going to be different than the mental pain that you're currently suffering. So I'll say next time you get to roll on your turn, it'll only be difficulty 6.
Break the veil. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Jeff.
Hefe.
Yes.
You're still waiting in the alleyway. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I got bored. I'm gonna walk in the bag.
Okay. You drop obfuscate because you know that interacting with the door is going to do that anyway, so you might as well not just materialize in front of a bunch of mortals. And you come in, and this looks like your kind of place. Yeah, these are your kind of digs. You feel very comfortable here. As a matter of fact, people look up, and because a lot of people have heard the screaming, and some people have left. The bartender doesn't seem phased. You get the idea that maybe other people have screamed in that back room before. But you go, and as a matter of fact, everyone kind of looks at you and then immediately looks down like, oh, it's you. Like, they don't know you, but you look like you belong here, so you're not that much of a distraction. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up to the bartender.
Right?
Hello. I'm looking for a group of people. They've been evading me all day.
You some kind of bounty hunter?
Absolutely not. I've just got business with them.
Well, that's nice.
Are you sure this glass is sanitary?
I'll say, Jeff, go ahead and give me a wits plus streetwise.
What's the difficulty?
Standard.
If someone
Then
could,
I've got 2 passes.
2?
Yep.
Okay. Again, you've been to places like this before, and you know that people come here to not be found. So unless you are more intimidating than the guys that are trying to not be found, or offering more than the guys offered to not be found, these places make or break their reputation on being able to keep their mouth shut.
I look over the bar, crack my knuckles, and tell him I just happen to be doing some hard work that they want me to be there for.
Okay.
Are you gonna stop me from that work?
Ooh. Okay. And if I remember correctly, one of your merits actually lowers the difficulty for intimidation rolls.
Yeah.
How much does it lower it by?
Says -1 difficulty for anyone who hasn't proven themselves stronger than me.
Okay, so I need you to make a manipulation plus intimidation roll. Difficulty is only 5.
Okay.
This seems like the easier way to get in.
Cheaper way.
Six successes. And 1 sin. 7 successes.
Crap.
Yeah, you fucking tell him.
Now, you're used to humans being uncomfortable with you with the way you smell. But
Now
this
I'm
went from
interested.
uncomfortable to almost abject fear. This guy that you're looking at isn't very much of a, like, he's not a slouch either. Big mutton chops that go into a mustache, and then lots of like 5 o'clock shadow. Guy looks like he's got like a scar or two on his arm. Kind of a bit of a rotund guy, but still looks like he could hold his own if he needed to, kind of deal. But he, look, buddy, I don't want no trouble. Listen, if you want to talk to those fellas, they went in the back. Just do what you got to do and don't make too much of a mess.
Will do. As I walk through the door, I go, "Hey, buddy." And I would like to vanish from my mind's eye.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be
Jeff is flexing his character's muscles.
this is going to be charisma plus stealth versus the target's wits plus alertness. So that's going to be difficulty 4.
Yeah. This was too much of a flex. I got 4 successes.
That guy's face goes blank and he goes, "Oh, what the hell was I just doing?" And goes back to cleaning the bar. And you get the idea that he has forgotten that you were there at all.
Perfect.
So what you do is you go back behind the bar. There's a door to, if you are looking at the bar, it's to the left of the bar. You go behind the door, and there is a hallway that goes down further, and there's a wooden door there. But then there's also another wooden door to your immediate right, and you hear a muffled commotion behind that door.
I'm gonna put my ear to each door and follow the one that is loudest.
Okay, that's the one on the right. So you open that up. You see it's a broom closet, but the back wall seems to be shifted off, and there is a staircase going like 1 or 2 steps down, a hallway, and a metal door at the end. And at the end of it, that same guy you were following is there. And he turns around and he has a pistol. And he's like, "Who the hell are you?"
That would be my character, by the way.
So
nobody you need to know.
Danny, Jeff, would you like to describe to Danny as Bartleby what he sees in front of him? What your character looks like?
I am a short, fat man.
What?
Much uglier than you'd expect. Looks like someone's grandpa, but you know how most people would say he looked prettier when I was younger. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Okay. To add on to it, he has his clothes are filthy and with patches on them. A shirt that is kind of yellowish, but you think it was maybe white at one time. Stains all on it. Leather vest. big grayish white mutton chops. Looks like a kind of an older guy, not old, but like late 40s ish. Gray blue eyes that are pretty piercing. Bulbous nose. Strong looking arms. The rest of him is pretty though flabby and rotund. And there's this smell that Bartleby smells, and it's very discomforting. It smells like dampness and freshly turned earth, and he remembers it in the time that you guys have been in graveyards in the past robbing from them. And so it smells like a graveyard all of a sudden, just wafting from this guy.
Oh boy.
For those my players that want to look up, he kind of looks like a comedian by the name of Eddie Pepitone.
I know what that is. Before this, my brain just envisioned a Danny DeVito type.
Yeah, same.
I mean, also, yeah. And so what was the response that you gave, Jeff, of the...
You shouldn't know who I am.
Okay.
I'd like to explain to him, I'm just a cleaner.
Well, usually I'm the one that cleans up after these assholes.
I'm normally the one that cleans up the bar.
Her.
Now, which one of us is supposed to be here tonight?
Oh, I know for sure I'm supposed to be here. I don't know about you, friend.
Well, I'll check these other rooms before I get started on this one.
Something I can help
You know how long you'll be taking?
Usually I don't go in until the screaming stops or until I get called.
All right, I'll wait for the screaming to stop. And I'll exit the room.
Okay. And I will say, Jeff, your character, the instructions you were given by the guy you've been following orders from did say that you are allowed to intervene if it's absolutely necessary, since he has hope that these guys are going to be able to be of use to y'all to help you out of your predicament. So you get the idea that if things are screaming and going on, it might be just about time for you to get involved.
Okay. Well, that's a good sign. I guess I'll have to take a different approach to this. And I will vanish from even his mind's eye.
Well, you'll attempt to. So okay, I'll let you go ahead and make the it's charisma plus stealth versus Bartleby's wits. What is Bartleby's wits plus alertness roll?
4.
I have 3 successes and 1 10 that I'm going to re-roll. 5 successes.
Okay. And how much willpower does Bartleby have?
Only 3.
He forgets that the guy was even there.
Would that interfere with me trying to get to the door beyond him? Or could I just stand silently behind him and wait?
You can stand silently behind him. You know that if you tried to open the door yourself, that would break obfuscate, or if you bump into him, or if you make too much noise, any of those things. Because you have to remember with obfuscate, it's not actually turning invisible. You're physically still there. It is a mass hypnosis of everyone around to just ignore me, don't look at me, don't pay attention to me, you don't notice me.
It's like a perception filter on Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's making people overlook you more so than you actually turning invisible.
Okay. And is Bartleby in the way of the door?
He is. It's a pretty narrow hallway. He was closer. He's actually right in front of the door, so there's really no way to get past him without breaking obfuscate.
Which is fine. I'll lean against the wall and just wait.
Okay. Okay, that was Jeff's turn. Walter.
Oh. What should I roll first?
First, self-control.
First, we self-control. It's a single botch.
Okay, you feel the beast starting to creep back up. And no, you got to get out of here. Yeah, I have to kill this thing. Go ahead and roll courage plus wits plus courage.
Oh, I get to roll.
Diff
it
is
this time.
now no, it's
Vision.
still 7 for you because you didn't slap yourself.
I can.
Bartleby just walks in the room, it's a bunch of smoke and people.
Smack. Oh wow. 4 successes on a 7.
Okay. That with that being courage and wits, you break out of the vision fades around you. The room just purple smoke starts to pour in. And you hear a voice. It's starting to fade as you're leaving. All this vision may have been a fleeting lesson. My attention is more permanently fixed. Find me, child. Find me. And the vision cuts out, and you are back in the purple room. You are very much aware that you are now back, and it's like, okay, that oh god, I'm back. But you're also very much aware that you are currently fighting frenzy to regain control.
Where am I at with the ability to spend a willpower not to fly off the handle right now? Can I do that
It's
still?
one
Yes.
per turn, I think.
I'm just confirming I can do that since I
Yep, you can spend another willpower.
lost a handle, I guess.
Yeah, you can spend another willpower.
I'll do that, and I think I
Okay.
got 2 toward it.
You can't take
before or
any other
something.
action, but you are locked in. You're not in frenzy, but you're locked in. Well, you're basically struggling with you're grappling with the beast right now. That's what that means.
I'll stand still. I have a feeling that's all I can do.
Yep. Okay. That was Walter. Liam.
So the thing kind of coalesced itself, right? So that it gave me something visually to see it, right? And I can
Yep.
see eyes.
You see the darker outline of a head, arms, and torso hovering about 3 feet above where it should be, and piercing yellow eyes that have like a light behind them, looking out through the mist towards you.
And I did get 6 successes, so I do have its attention previously.
Very much so.
Okay. I'm stacking. So I'm going to do something I've never gotten to do before.
Okay.
I'm going to use entrancement.
Okay.
So difficulty equals target's current willpower. Here's the caveat with entrancement. You have to roll.
Okay.
So, where is it? I spend a blood. That's fine.
It's so that we don't get to know how
Yeah.
long it lasts.
So you rolled my appearance and empathy, which is 4 dice.
Okay.
Difficulty equal to the target's current willpower. Number of successes equals how long the effects last, but it basically just says their emotions are bent in such a way they want to please you.
Okay.
Since the DM rolled it, the player does not know how long the effects will continue, but when they see the person is coming out of it, they may attempt to re-entrance.
Okay. I'm going to use a Wea die because everything is riding on this.
No pressure. It's fine.
All right. You feel like you've shot the ability out towards it.
Now, wouldn't it be much better if you could just clear the room of all this smoke? It's making it mighty uncomfortable in here. And, for polite company, it's not really permissible.
That was amusing. But I have lived 10 of your lifetimes.
So you don't look a day over 3 of them.
I know how to bend the will and bend desire. But let's see how your friend is doing and whether I will have a new charge. And the gaze, you feel something of a connection, not completely break, but more of a pulling as you hear this communication happening from Atris, and its eyes, you see the light shift as it looks down at Atris, who's been chanting this entire time, reading this inscription. Speaking of which, Atris, it is now your turn. You finish the incantation. Basically, what it's translating to is, by the power of God, you demand that this creature bend to your will, that it heed your call, that its powers are at your command, for as long as you continue to wield the instrument of its imprisonment.
All right.
And it's something like that, just kind of repeating over and over again as you finish, and you feel this lurch of it feels almost like something attached to your soul and tethered it somewhere else.
Oh.
And the box feels very warm, and it's like tingling in your fingers, and you feel the gaze of this thing, and in the maelstrom of this smoke now swirling around the room, the thing breaches the smoke, and you see it, this creature, very muscular in tone, gold ornate bands of metal around its wrists, tattoos all up and down its body and neck and face, as its hair is tied back with a gold jewelry, and it looks down at you, its hands there with small little nails on, kind of like claws, but very small ones, not Wea claws. It has a sword. Again, its bottom half is all smoke, but around its waist it does have a belt, and there's a large sheathed sword. You've something of a scimitar sitting there that you are familiar with. And it looks to you as a smile and a little bit of sharp teeth on the sides. What is your bidding, my master? and it does a bow. And we are going to actually end it there for tonight.
All right.
So,
She was simply going to just say a feature attack anyway. So I mean, it was just gonna.
Yeah,
It
so,
was going to be an end anyway.
if someone could go ahead and save the initiative order just so that way we have it for next week, please.
Let me.
And yeah, okay, guys. Good
Hold
game.
on.
Good game.
I love
Exclamation
Jeff's
point.
character so much.
Very, very blunt. We need more bluntness in our group.
Yeah, straight to the point. Not that classy looking, smelly motherfucker, dude.
So congratulations to Jeff on your first game.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you guys.
That was awesome.
Fun, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Except for the hell nightmares.
You all get an XP for showing up. You all get an XP for being in danger. And go ahead and tell me something badass your character did or something your character learned. Starting with, you know what? Jeff, you can go first since you're.
Yay.
Woo! I learned owls don't pay attention to vampires.
Nope.
Something
Nope,
badass
I've learned
I
that
did
too,
was
my
I
friend.
scared a bartender.
They don't
Yes.
give a fuck.
Nope. They don't give a fuck.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh my
They
god.
that is what a hoot is what they don't give.
Yeah, that's damn true.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you. Adele.
I finally used telepathy.
Pog.
That was pretty cool.
I thought I didn't have it yet because of a typo.
Telepathic mind powers.
And I used it successfully.
You did. You used it
Telepathy?
successfully your
What
first
does that
time, so I'll
even
give it to you
do?
for that. Walter.
Best thing I've learned is of this symbol and whatever crazy statue demon lady I've been introduced to. Otherwise, Walter hasn't learned a goddamn thing.
No, you definitely learned that, so I'll give it to you for that. Liam.
I not so subtly neutralized the werewolf in the room.
Yeah.
He was eviscerated him.
There used to be a werewolf.
Yeah. You definitely nut punched a werewolf, so I'll give it to you for that.
Okay.
Congrats on your first successful fight with a werewolf.
No, because I have
They didn't
And
seem
he threw
that
up on him.
hard.
no, Jeff, you have no idea. I have been waiting since this game started to get these silver
Yeah,
spikes
you
knuckles
really have.
and then use them. So we've been playing for what, a year and a half?
Yeah. Okay. Atris.
That was the main reason I wanted to get our stuff back from the train because I was not losing those things.
Atris would have learned more about this genie-like creature in the box, about how to recite the incantation, and that she actually has the ability to control it once reading incantation.
You learned it's not a ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, after two freaking
Eventually.
bots. Yeah, there's worse things
Always
to get a box
read-
on.
You always got to read the instructions on the box.
Yes. They really should put the warnings before the spells.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
usually.
Well, in this case, it wasn't. It was like the prayer, the incantation, and then the warning.
Yep. Okay, Wea.
I don't know if it's just something. I think it's some way I would have learned. All demonic, genie, magic creatures, evil. They're all mean and assholes and like to feed off nightmares. And they all.
Whereas
ask
vampires
for
are just
wishes.
stand-up guys.
I mean, dude, everything magic sucks. Sardo, the genie.
I mean,
all
you're not
magic,
wrong. You
all
really are not
magic
wrong.
is the devil.
Somewhere, single tear is rolling down Lupe's cheek of what the hell she did wrong,
No.
kind of thing.
That's evil waiting to happen.
Gonna kill
That-
them.
Magic is the devil.
How old was Lupe? Like 11. We should just kill it.
Yeah.
I will say that is Wea's truth. And
Yes. Magic sucks.
Okay, so you all get 3 XP. Hope you all had a good time. Thank you at home for everyone for watching. We look forward to seeing you next week. And till then, keep your mind and your fang sharp, and we'll see you next time on Tumbleweeds and Tombstones.